What if the dizziness you keep experiencing isn't just part of getting older? Now, I know doctors might have told you it's normal. They might have said it's just your inner ear acting up. Maybe they gave you some exercises and sent you home. Here's what researchers are discovering. That spinning sensation, that feeling like the room won't stop moving, may be connected to something missing in your body right now. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what scientists have found about recurring dizziness in people over 60. I'll reveal the hidden deficiency that shows up in nearly every case. And I'll share a simple approach that research suggests may help support balance and prevent these episodes from coming back. Plus, I'm going to give you a bonus technique at the end that can stop the spinning in less than 5 minutes. You can use it today, right at home. The one mistake most people make? They treat the symptom without addressing what's happening at the cellular level. Stay with me. This could change everything. What's really happening inside your ear? Most people over 60 notice something strange happening with their balance. They stand up and feel lightheaded. They bend down to pick something up and suddenly the world tilts. They wake up in the middle of the night feeling like they're spinning. This isn't weakness. This isn't just age. This is your body sending you a signal. Sound familiar? Nearly 40% of adults over 60 experience some form of dizziness or vertigo. For many, it becomes a recurring problem. You feel better for a few weeks, then it comes back. You go to the doctor, they do a maneuver, you feel relief. 2 months later, you're back in the same situation. Here's why this matters. Inside your inner ear, you have tiny calcium crystals. These crystals sit on top of sensors that tell your brain where you are in space. Think of them like weights on a scale. They help your body detect movement and position. When these crystals break loose and drift into the wrong area, they send false signals. Your brain thinks you're moving when you're standing still. That's the spinning sensation. That's vertigo. Doctors call it BPPV, Benign Paroxysmal Positional Vertigo, the most common type of dizziness in older adults. Now here's the question nobody asks. Why do these crystals keep breaking loose? Your body created special proteins to anchor these crystals in place. These proteins act like tiny glue, keeping everything stable. When you're younger, this system works perfectly. After 60, something changes. Before I continue, let me ask you something. Have you experienced this? That sudden spinning sensation when you bend down or roll over in bed? Type yes in the comments if this sounds familiar. I want to know I'm not alone in talking about this. The good news? Your body can rebuild this anchoring system at any age, and one simple nutritional shift may help support the structures that keep you balanced and steady. Let me show you what the research reveals. Margaret's story. Let me introduce you to Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Michigan. Margaret loved gardening. She spent hours outside, tending to her flowers, bending down to pull weeds. One morning, she bent over to water her roses, and the world started spinning. She grabbed the fence to steady herself. The dizziness lasted about 30 seconds, then faded. Over the next few weeks, it kept happening. Every time she looked up at the sky, every time she rolled over in bed, she felt trapped. She stopped gardening. She stopped driving. She was afraid to leave the house. Her doctor diagnosed BPPV. He performed a head maneuver that helped the crystals shift back into place. Margaret felt better immediately. She went home relieved. 3 months later, it happened again. Same spinning, same fear. Back to the doctor, same maneuver, same temporary relief. Margaret asked her doctor a simple question. Why does this keep coming back? He didn't have an answer. That's when Margaret started researching on her own. She came across studies linking recurring vertigo to a specific nutritional deficiency. She decided to try a different approach. She didn't overhaul her entire diet. She made one shift. She started taking a specific nutrient every single day. Within 2 weeks, she noticed something. The episodes became less frequent. By week 4, they stopped completely. 6 months later, she was back in her garden, bending, looking up at the sky, moving freely. What happened at the cellular level was even more interesting. I'll explain that next. The science behind the solution. So, what was Margaret taking? What nutrient helped her body rebuild that anchoring system? Vitamin D. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vitamin D is for bones. Vitamin D is for immunity. What does that have to do with dizziness? Everything. Let me explain how this works. I'll break it into 3 phases so you can understand what's happening inside your body. Phase 1. Weeks 1 to 4, the adaptation phase. When you start supporting your body with adequate vitamin D, something shifts at the cellular level. Vitamin D controls over 2,400 genes in your body. One of those genes produces calcium-binding proteins. These proteins are the anchors I mentioned earlier. They hold those tiny crystals in place inside your inner ear. When your vitamin D levels are low, your body can't produce enough of these proteins. The anchors weaken. The crystals drift. You get dizzy. Experts believe that when you restore adequate vitamin D levels, your body begins producing these proteins again. The anchoring system starts to rebuild. This is why Margaret felt steadier after week 2. Her body was adapting. The proteins were coming back online. Think about this. After 60, your skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Your kidneys become less efficient at activating it. You need more vitamin D than you did at 40, yet your body produces less. This creates a gap, and that gap shows up in your balance, your bones, your immune system, and yes, your inner ear. Here's something that surprised me when I first learned this. Most doctors never test vitamin D levels in people with vertigo. If you've been dealing with dizziness and your doctor has never checked your vitamin D, leave a comment that says, "Never tested." Let's see how common this really is. Let's pause for just a moment. Here's what we've covered so far. Those dizzy spells you're experiencing, they happen when tiny crystals in your ear break loose. And those crystals break loose because the proteins that anchor them are weakening. What weakens those proteins? Low vitamin D. Stay with me, because next I'm going to show you exactly how vitamin D works with 2 other nutrients to fix this problem at the root. The 3-nutrient solution. Phase 2. Months 2 to 3. The cellular repair phase. Here's where it gets fascinating. Vitamin D doesn't work alone. It needs 2 partners, magnesium and vitamin K2. Magnesium activates vitamin D. Without magnesium, vitamin D can't do its job. Your body uses magnesium to convert vitamin D into its active form. Magnesium also controls where calcium goes in your body. It directs calcium to your bones and teeth, where it belongs. It keeps calcium out of soft tissues, out of arteries, and out of places it shouldn't be. Vitamin K2 does something similar. It tells calcium where to go. Bone tissue? Yes. Floating around in your inner ear? No. When you combine vitamin D, magnesium, and K2, you're giving your body everything it needs to manage calcium properly. This is the repair stage. Your body is rebuilding. The anchoring proteins are strengthening. The crystals are staying in place. Researchers have studied this extensively. One meta-analysis looked at multiple trials on vitamin D supplementation and recurring vertigo. The results were clear. People who took adequate vitamin D experienced significantly fewer episodes. Another study followed postmenopausal women with BPPV. Women are at higher risk after menopause because estrogen levels drop, and estrogen helps regulate calcium metabolism. The women who supplemented with vitamin D had a 75% reduction in recurrence over 1 year. Let's make this simple. Low vitamin D equals weak anchors. Adequate vitamin D equals strong anchors. Strong anchors equal fewer dizzy spells. Now, I'm curious, how many of you are already taking vitamin D? And if you are, what dose are you taking? Drop a comment below. I'd love to know where you're starting from. What happens after 3 months? Phase 3. Months 3 to 12. Long-term stability. After 3 months of consistent support, your body reaches a new baseline. The anchoring system is stable. The crystals stay where they belong. You move through your day without fear of spinning. This is where Margaret found herself at 6 months. She wasn't just managing symptoms. She had addressed the root cause. Now, here's something important. Some studies show mixed results with vitamin D and vertigo. Why? Because they used tiny doses. The RDA for vitamin D is 600 IU. That's barely enough to support bone health. It's nowhere near enough to rebuild cellular structures in your inner ear. Researchers suggest that adults over 60 may benefit from 4,000 to 10,000 IU daily, depending on individual needs and baseline levels. Imagine your cells like tiny recycling centers. When they have the right materials, they can repair and rebuild. When they're missing key nutrients, the system breaks down. Vitamin D is one of those key materials, and after 60, most people are running low. Quick recap. You need 3 things. Vitamin D3, at least 4,000 IU daily. Magnesium, 300 to 400 mg. And vitamin K2, 100 to 200 mcg. Take them together with food every single day. Now let me show you exactly how to start this protocol step by step. The practical protocol. So how do you apply this? What should you do starting today? Let me give you a simple, gradual approach. This isn't about overhauling your life. This is about making small, consistent changes that support your body's natural ability to heal. Step 1. Start small. Begin with one simple change. Add a vitamin D3 supplement to your daily routine. Look for vitamin D3, the form your body uses most efficiently. Start with 4,000 IU daily. If you've been deficient for years, you may need more. Your healthcare provider can test your levels and guide you. Take it with a meal that contains healthy fats. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. It absorbs better when paired with foods like avocado, olive oil, or nuts. Step 2. Build the habit. For the next 2 weeks, focus on consistency. Take your vitamin D at the same time every day. Morning with breakfast works well for most people. Add magnesium. Look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. These forms absorb well and are gentle on digestion. Start with 300 to 400 mg daily. Add vitamin K2. Look for the MK7 form. A dose of 100 to 200 mcg daily is typical. Step 3. Add light supportive practices. A short morning walk helps. Sunlight exposure supports vitamin D production, even if your skin is less efficient than it used to be. 10 to 15 minutes outside each day makes a difference. Hydration matters. Your inner ear relies on fluid balance. Drink water throughout the day. Avoid excessive caffeine, which can dehydrate you. Step 4. Maintain a realistic schedule. Pick a window that fits your lifestyle. If you take medications in the morning, take your supplements with lunch. If you prefer evenings, that works too. The key is consistency. Track how you feel. Keep a simple journal. Note any dizzy spells, how long they last, and what you were doing when they started. Over time, you'll see patterns. You'll notice improvement. Safety reminder. Always check with your healthcare provider before making significant changes, especially if you take medications for blood pressure, heart conditions, or blood thinners. Vitamin D, magnesium, and K2 are generally safe, yet individual needs vary. If you have kidney disease or certain other conditions, your doctor may recommend different dosages. Here's what most people get wrong. They take vitamin D once a week. They skip days. They use doses that are too low. Your body needs consistent, adequate support every single day. Think of it like watering a plant. One big watering session once a week doesn't work as well as a little water every day. If you're finding this helpful so far, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It tells me you want more content like this. And it helps other people who are searching for answers find this video too. Common questions. Let me answer the questions I hear most often. Will this work if I've had vertigo for years? Yes. Your body can adapt at any age. The anchoring proteins can rebuild even if you've been dealing with this for a long time. It may take longer if you've been deficient for years, yet the research shows improvement is possible. Margaret had been dealing with recurring vertigo for over a year. Within 4 months of consistent supplementation, her episodes stopped. Can I take too much vitamin D? Yes. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, which means your body stores it. Taking extremely high doses over long periods can lead to toxicity. That's why testing your levels is important. Your healthcare provider can help you find the right dose for your body. Most experts consider 4,000 to 10,000 IU daily safe for adults, yet individual needs vary. If you're severely deficient, your doctor may recommend a higher dose initially, then taper down to a maintenance level. What if I'm already taking calcium supplements? This is important. If you're taking calcium without vitamin D, magnesium, and K2, that calcium may end up in the wrong places. It may contribute to the problem instead of solving it. Talk to your healthcare provider about balancing your supplements. You may need to adjust your calcium intake or add the supporting nutrients that help your body use calcium properly. How long before I see results? Most people notice improvement within 2 to 4 weeks. Some see changes sooner. Others take longer, especially if they've been deficient for years. The key is consistency. Your body needs time to rebuild. Give it at least 8 weeks before deciding whether this approach is working for you. Is this safe for seniors? Yes. Vitamin D, magnesium, and K2 are generally safe for older adults. In fact, seniors are the group most likely to be deficient in these nutrients. Always check with your healthcare provider, especially if you take medications. Certain drugs can interact with supplements. Your doctor can review your medications and guide you. Remember Margaret from earlier? She made one simple change. She added these 3 nutrients. Within weeks, her dizzy spells stopped. That's the power of addressing the root cause instead of just treating symptoms. Now, before I wrap up, I want to give you something extra. Bonus: immediate relief technique. Something I didn't mention earlier because I wanted to make sure you understood the foundation first. There's a simple at-home test you can do right now to figure out which ear is causing your vertigo. And there's a 5-minute technique you can use today, before you even start the supplements, to get immediate relief. It's called the Epley maneuver. Physical therapists use this, doctors use this, and you can do it at home right now. Here's how it works. The diagnostic test. Sit on your bed. Turn your head 45 degrees to the right. Lie back quickly so your head hangs slightly off the edge. Wait 30 seconds. Do you feel dizzy? How strong is it? Sit back up. Now turn your head 45 degrees to the left. Lie back again. Wait 30 seconds. Dizzy, whichever side makes you dizzy, is the side you treat. The treatment. Let's say it's your right ear. You're going to move through 4 positions, holding each for 30 seconds to 1 minute. This helps those loose crystals drift back to where they belong. Gravity does the work. Position 1. Sit on your bed. Turn your head 45 degrees to the right. Lie back so your head hangs slightly off the edge. Stay here until the dizziness stops, then wait another 30 seconds. Position 2. Keep lying down. Turn your head to the left 45 degrees. Wait until the dizziness stops, then wait another 30 seconds. Position 3. Roll onto your left side. Your head should tilt down toward the bed, about 45 degrees. Wait until the dizziness stops, then wait another 30 seconds. Position 4. Sit up slowly. Tuck your chin down. Stay here for at least 30 seconds. Better yet, stay for 2 minutes. Let everything settle. That's it. You just moved those crystals back where they belong. Research shows this maneuver has an 80% success rate after just 1 try. And if it doesn't work the first time, you can repeat it. Most people feel relief within 24 hours. I've put together a simple visual guide that shows you exactly how to do this step by step. If you want that guide, leave a comment that says "guide" and I'll make sure you get it. This gives you immediate relief while the vitamin D protocol works on the root cause. You get both fast relief today and long-term prevention starting now. Your path forward. Here's what I want you to understand. Your body is capable of adapting at any age. The dizziness you've been experiencing isn't a life sentence. It's a signal. Your body is telling you something is missing, and when you provide what's missing, your body responds. Small steps can lead to meaningful changes over time. You don't have to accept feeling unsteady. You don't have to live in fear of the next dizzy spell. You deserve to feel strong, clear, and confident. You deserve to move through your day without holding on to walls. You deserve to bend down, look up, roll over in bed, and feel steady. Just like Margaret, who now spends her mornings in the garden again. She bends, she kneels, she looks up at the sky. She moves freely. She's not afraid anymore. That's possible for you too. Your body knows how to heal. It knows how to rebuild. You just have to give it the tools. Think about what life looks like 6 months from now. You wake up without fear. You stand up without dizziness. You move through your day with confidence. You do the things you love without hesitation. That future is within reach, and it starts with one simple decision today. If this resonated with you, leave a comment with the word ready. Just that one word, ready. That tells me you're committed to trying this approach. And when you comment, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're saying, I'm not going to accept this anymore. I'm going to take control. And if you know someone who's been struggling with dizziness, share this video with them right now. Text it, email it, post it on your social media. Someone you know needs to see this today. They're probably feeling scared. They're probably feeling helpless. They need to know there's a solution. You can be the person who gives them hope. I read every comment. Your story matters. Your journey matters. Take care of yourself. Your body is worth it. And remember, you're not alone in this. Thousands of people are dealing with the same thing. The difference is, now you know what to do about it. Start today. Take that first step. Your future self will thank you.